If your labs have started trending in the wrong direction, if your weight has been creeping up, especially around the midsection, and if your energy isn't what it used to be, this video is for you. If you've been told to watch it or clean things up, but no one's actually given you a clear plan, you're not alone. In my practice, I work with a lot of men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are dealing with this exact situation. And they're not careless, they're not disengaged, and they're not ignoring their health, they're confused. They're doing their best to eat reasonably well. They're not overeating the way they used to, but their weight keeps creeping up anyway. They feel fine in the morning and then hit a wall in the afternoon. Sleep doesn't feel as restorative. Focus isn't as sharp. And when labs come back showing prediabetes, insulin resistance, or other early warning signs, they're told to keep an eye on it. But no one explains what's actually happening or how to fix it. You might be thinking, I should be able to figure this out on my own, or I just need to be more disciplined. But what I want you to understand is this is not a discipline problem, it's a metabolic one. Let me explain. As men move through midlife, several physiological changes tend to happen at the same time. Insulin sensitivity often decreases. That means your body doesn't handle. Let me explain. As men move through midlife, several physiological changes tend to happen at the same time. Insulin sensitivity often decreases. And that means your body doesn't handle carbohydrates the way it once did. Muscle mass gradually declines unless it's actively supported. And stress, whether from work, responsibility, or lack of recovery, starts to have a bigger impact. When these factors combine, blood sugar becomes less stable. And when blood sugar isn't stable, everything else starts to wobble. Energy becomes unpredictable. Fat storage increases, especially around the abdomen. And cravings increase, even if you don't feel like you're eating that much. This is why so many men tell me I'm gaining weight even though I'm not overeating, or I don't understand why my energy crashes in the afternoon. That's not a mystery, that's physiology. Blood sugar spikes and crashes places stress on the system, and stress systems don't perform well. They conserve energy, they store fuel, and they reduce output. Now, add chronic stress to the mix deadlines, leadership pressure, financial responsibilities, poor sleep. Over time, the nervous system becomes less resilient. That doesn't mean you can't handle stress. It means your body doesn't recover from it efficiently as it used to. So the strategies that worked in your 30s stop working in your 40s and 50s, and that can be frustrating, especially if you're used to being capable and self-directed. You might be thinking, why didn't anyone explain this sooner? Or why do my labs look borderline but not terrible? That's another important point. Most standard lab thresholds are designed to diagnose disease, not to identify early dysfunction. So by the time something clearly crosses a diagnostic line, the body has often been compensating for years. The warning signs show up first: fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, reduced stress tolerance. Those are not random, they're early signals. And let me share an example with you. A man in his early 50s came to my practice complaining of anxiety, low self esteem, and his weight kept creeping up. His lab showed early insulin resistance, nothing alarming, yet he told me, I want to be able to live a good life and be here for my family. Instead of vague advice, we built a clear, structured plan. We focused on stabilizing blood sugar, supporting muscle mass, improving sleep and recovery, and reducing metabolic stress. Over time, his energy stabilized, his labs improved. He felt content and satisfied after meals, and his weight began to come down without extreme restrictions. What made the difference wasn't intensity, it was clarity. This is an important moment to pause and recap. Men don't fail because they lack motivation. They fail because they're given vague instructions. Eat better doesn't mean anything without context. Exercise more doesn't help if recovery is poor. And watch it doesn't create change. What works is understanding cause and effect. When blood sugar is stable, energy is steadier. When muscle mass is supported, metabolism improves. And when stress and recovery are addressed, the system performs better. This is not about chasing perfection. It's about preventing small problems from becoming big ones. At Carolina's Natural Health, and in my practice more broadly, we work with men who want to stay capable, independent, and clear headed as they age, not because they're sick, but because they want to avoid becoming sick. This stage of life is a pivot point. You can ignore the early signs and hope they don't progress, or you can address them while change is still straightforward. Now, you may be watching this for a couple of different reasons. You may be watching this because you already have an upcoming consultation with us and you're trying to understand whether what you're experiencing actually fits into a bigger picture. Or you may have found this video while looking for answers because something feels off and you don't want to wait until it gets worse. Either way, the most important thing I want you to take away from this is this: what you're experiencing is explainable, it's common, and it's fixable when addressed early. You don't need extreme solutions. You need a clear plan that works with your physiology at this stage of life. And if you do have a consultation coming up, my hope is that this video helps you better articulate what you're noticing and ask better questions. And if you're simply gathering information right now, I hope this gives you clarity around what actually matters and what doesn't. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope this helped make sense of what's been going on for you.